Mic 1 is enabled. I got audio. Good. Let me flip her around real quick. Hey everyone! Top of the hour to you. It's a little late. I think it's like, what is it? 10:08, 10 p.m. here. Been spraying all day. And I'm on the last stretch. There's rain coming tonight and tomorrow, so just trying to get it done. Should have time, so I figured why not do a live stream at night, huh? And it won't be a long one because I've only got 100 acres of deer right here, as you guys can see. See the 100 acres right there? I've been pretty much out of service all day. I should say out of service, hit and miss, so I can upload pictures and stuff every now and then. So that's why I haven't been able to do any streams. But starting next week, I'll probably be in a big bud and we'll be in the service area. So I should be able to start doing some more live streams, guys. So welcome. Everyone can hear me. That's awesome. Good to deal. All right, let's take a look at our situation here. As you can see, those are the lights. They're a little bright. Oh, cover up. There's Brute. See? He's hanging out. So, we'll check him out in a second. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to see if we could find some chickpeas first. This was seeded 2 days ago, 3 days ago. And then we had it rolled with a big land roller. So it's been mashed down, as you can see. So let's dig down in these furrows and see if we can find some seeds. I'm just curious here. I haven't even attempted to do this yet. All right. Oh, there's one right there. There's a chickpea seed. It hasn't sprouted yet, or has it? No. No, I don't see any sign of sprouting yet. I went over to the peas this morning. Actually, I don't think I shared that picture. Ooh, I gotta smudge it. Let me clean the camera off. Working all day, and I get smudges all over my my lenses. Let me wipe this one down too. There we go. Here, actually, let me find that picture for you guys. 1 second here. I'll see if I can find I have a picture as you look at me. Now, where is it showing? I took a picture today of the pea. There it is. Okay, right there. Show. There you guys go. So that right there is a yellow pea, and that was seeded on Saturday. Sometime Saturday. Actually, that was probably more Sunday afternoon last week. So that's a week ago. And that's how much growth is on it. That's the root going down into the ground. It sends a root down first. I guess you call it a root. And then it turns around and then it sends a leaf or a big arm. Peas are amazing. They shoot up fast. So that right there was just from this morning. And let's see here. Let me go back to turn that off. How do I go back to my video? No, don't want that. Okay, sorry guys. Let me go. I'm moving pictures around here. Oh, I see. I got to turn it off like this. There we go. Off. Did I not show it? Oh, I'm sorry guys. I did it. I just never can figure this app out. Okay, hang on a second here. Hang on. I'll get you set up here. You got to swipe and do a bunch of stuff. Okay. That one. Okay. There we go. All right, now. Hang on. I know how to do this. I know how to do this. I got to turn it to on. Okay, how do I move it? I've got like 3 pictures here. Can I delete them? Delete. There we go. Okay, I found out how to delete them. Or starting over again. This is the fun of it. Size. Let me turn the size down on this. And then let's go on. Okay, there. Can you guys see that? That's the pea I was talking about. So that right there, once I pull a picture up, I have a little teeny icon that tells me to turn it on. So that's the root right there. So that was this morning. And I can see these chickpeas haven't even started yet. So yeah, I just found another one. You can see in the corner of the screen right there. That blue is a treat that's on it. That treat is because pulse crops are susceptible to a disease called astrochyta. And it's very bad. Astrochyta not only decimates the crop, it basically sterilizes your ground or wrecks your ground for many, many years. It can take up to 20 years to fully get astrochyta out of your ground. You can't do anything about it once you get it. So we treat stuff so that way we hopefully will never have astrochyta. This ground's never had pulses on it before. I guess you could say it's virgin ground for pulse crops, so we shouldn't have to worry about astrochyta. Just finished chickpea seed. Nice, guys. All right. Okay, let's go back to me for a sec. All right, there we go. Okay. And I'm not far from the farm. I don't know. I'm only about a mile or so from our farmyard. Here's the Brute. It's been running really good. I had a few issues with the steering column. I had a bearing in there that was kind of seizing up on me. So I got that fixed this afternoon. But I filled up the fuel tanks the first time completely full. They did great. You can see the water pumps running down here. I don't have a light. I noticed my other camera seems to be a little better at night. Let me try switching to that. There we go. Maybe. Let's go up top here. Once I wing it out, there'll be a lot more light. There's one of our Thomas lights hanging out up top here. So here's our slurry. You guys can't even see it. Well, if I had a light, I'd show you. Anyways, I got 1,000 gallons in here to do 1,000 acres at 10 gallons an acre. And I've gotten this rig pretty dirty, but it just keeps going. All right, let's get inside here. Okay, wide angle. All right, so I just pulled into the field. We've got our Trimble 2050 monitor here, supplied by Triangle Ag Services. They set this thing up. It still needs some fine tuning. They're going to come out sometime probably next week and fine tune it. But it's been a really good system, as you can see right here. So far, spraying pulse crops. I have not reset this. I've done 1,050 acres and event material and session material. I'm not entirely sure what the difference is between those two, but I've sprayed out 10,420 gallons today. I did one load last night as well, and I'm going 0.01 miles an hour, I guess. So that's what's going on there. Now I need to, let me flip to this camera. There we go. I haven't topped off my tank on the monitor yet. According to my meter, which if you guys can see, it's the float is, where's my finger at? Right there. On the bottom of that strut right there, that's the float. It's saying right at 1,000 gallons, okay? So, let's go to our tank here. And we gotta put in 1,000 gallons. So I have my bin capacity is 1620, and if I tap refill, it'll automatically put me up 1620. It's really 1650, but with foam and other things, it seems like I can't quite get the 1650 in there, so I just do 1620. But we're not at 1620, so let's type in current volume, clear, 1,000. Okay. Okay, there we go. So now, it just updated. Our current tank level is 1,000 gallons. And our area to empty, which is the acres left to spray, is 100. Okay. So I'm gonna put this in low range. Well, actually I already got it low. I don't think I have a cab light in here either, do I? Is there a light in this thing? I haven't even checked. Oh, wait, what's this right here? Hey, look at that. We have light in here. Nice. I've never tested that light out before. Okay. There is currently a light up here. That's great. All right, so I think we're good to go here. So I got the cruise control working, surprisingly. It's not fully functioning, but I found a way around to kind of use it. It still thinks the set button's being pressed. I've replaced the switch. It's not the switch. It's something, I don't know, it's ground somewhere in the wiring. But I can get it to engage cruise control, and I can basically keep using it throughout the day as long as I don't change a couple things. So we'll use cruise. So let's get going here before it takes too long. I've noticed too that when we got this truck, we had 2750 or 2740 hours on it. So we've almost put almost 100 hours on it since we've been testing it, running it, driving it back. And it was 30-some thousand, I think 37,000 some hundred miles. Now it's 38 something. So we're getting the time on it. All right, let's wing this out. So our pump's on. We want that. That's our water pump. Our hydraulic pump's on. Our pressure is indicating 2,800 PSI out there, which is fine. The reason I have the water pump on right now is that the tank is agitating, so it's got jets in there that are swirling and mixing everything to make sure nothing is suspending. So first thing we'll do, we'll go ahead and raise the boom up. So I'm going to press the gray button and the blue. You can hear the don't know if you can hear that pump wind down when I do that. And then we need to wing it out to the red. My windows are a little dirty. I already pressure washed them once, but you can see there's still water and stuff on them from hitting puddles and everything. It's kind of sad to see this sprayer get all dirty like it is, but that's the nature of the game. And this side over here is folding out as well. That's 100 feet, which is about perfect. I like a 100-foot sprayer. We used to have a 120-foot wheel boom sprayer, and it's just a lot of sprayers. Having a 100 is just about perfect, especially for suspended. I'm sure some of these newer ones are pretty good, but I think 100 is a good number. Okay, both winging out here. Hudson Booms. 12:19 in Michigan, and I woke up just to watch the stream. You guys are dedicated. I feel like I need to be offering you guys more of a show than this. Okay, so now that I got the booms, they're way up in the air and they're lifted all the way up, so I want to make them level. So I'm going to hold both these blue buttons at the same time right here. That's going to drop both the booms down. I'm just going to visually with my eyes just kind of determine when I think it's level across the whole thing. So, like right there somewhere. Now I'm going to press the gray button to lower it all the way down to the ground. Is it going to stick? No, it doesn't. There's little these locks that lock it, so when it's up all the way, it can't slowly leak down. Well, they've been sticking on me because mud's been kicking up back there. So as far as how low to go with this, I like about 2 feet probably from the nozzle. There's actual numbers they tell you for the T-jet nozzles we're using, but it's just kind of rule of thumb that I go by. And we're not spraying weed. Well, I take that back. I do have some Roundup in there. We are spraying if there's any grasses in this, we're gonna get them. But the point is right now is what we're doing is we're covering the ground with a blanket of pre-emergent chemical. It's called Spartan and Spartan Charge. And what it does is it lays a mist on the ground here. And when the rain comes, it activates it and mixes it in the top surface, the very surface of the soil. So when any new weeds start growing, as soon as they poke their ugly faces up, it kills them and they die over. But the amazing thing is, it doesn't affect certain pulse crops like peas and chickpeas. So peas and chickpeas will come right up no problem and it won't even affect them, but it'll keep the rest of the stuff from growing, and it'll last a good month or two. I mean, depending on the rain and the conditions and how well it's activated and applied, it could last 2 months. No optimum. Like, see all this grass here? This is all, some of that's cheatgrass, some of that could be volunteer. So, okay, well, I think we're about ready to go. And there isn't a lot in this field for me to hit, so I should be safe. I haven't beaten this boom up today. I have a couple ditches and things. I've been trying not to, but I hit a couple nasty ditches and they bounced a little bit. Back in the cap. Okay, it's in low. I'm just gonna go ahead and put the gear down here to 2, so that way it won't go above second gear because I don't want it to. Since I'm doing 10 gallon per acre work, that's spraying 10 gallons per acre, it takes a lot more water to put that much more water down. It takes a lot more pressure in the system, and so what happens is you have to drive slower to get an even cover. So I won't be doing 17 miles an hour today. My optimum speed to keep it around 40 psi is about around 9.5, 10 miles an hour is where I'm trying to keep it. That's the county road right there. Let's go up a little more here. Now I'm gonna go ahead and just get my my auto steer ready here, so I don't have to be fighting this when I'm going. So let's go to 80 line. I've made a million shifts lines here, but that's good. Let's do 360. 360 degrees is my compass I'm going, so I'm gonna go directly north on an A+ heading. Let's I'll do load. I'll probably have to shift that. Okay, so I'm gonna kick this switch on right here. That enables my booms. It's not gonna start spraying until I start moving though, because it'll know when I'm moving. So that's on. Give her some gas. I notice I don't have any lines on the screen. I suspect it's because I've had the same job open this entire time. Let's set this up differently. I want my lines. I notice with Trimble systems they do this. If you spray over such a huge area, like I've probably covered between this field and their field over 15 miles apart, 10 or 15 miles. So I've noticed with our 750 monitor and this 2050, if you go too far away from where you started, your AB lines disappear. So I'm gonna start a new job here because let's open another. We'll just do a new one. Start over. It won't take long. Okay. Pull Spartan is what I had for this. Let's just do a new one. Pull Spartan. We'll put in 2. There we go. Perfect. All right. All right. Auto steering, yes. Now, oh, I didn't, you know what? That's the same. Hang on a second. Open another. Let's do a different. I'll start over. It didn't show it there either. Let's go field, new field. That's what I want. Not event, field. Huh. Okay, then SWAS. Let's put in an AB. So let's go 360 AB new straight. Set A. Okay, I'm not going to spray. I'm going to make sure my pump's off. There we go. Or not pump's off. We'll go ahead and I got to put in drive. We'll go ahead and get my line set up here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch my boom over here. I'm going to get it right on the very edge of the field line. Then I'm going to tap my A+, set A. No. Oops, set A. No. Where's my A+? I'm having troubles here. Why isn't it doing that? So I'll start over. A+ line, new straight, set A. Oh, there it is. UA+. That's what I want right there. Use A+. There it is. That's the line I want right there. So now I've got lines that'll tell me where my AB line is. So let's turn around, let's start this over. Okay. Once I get back on the edge of the field here. And one thing I don't like about this monitor is it's still too bright at night. It has a dimming feature, but you can't quite dim it enough. And if you dim it all the way, it flickers a little bit, which is kind of annoying. So I need like a little tinted glass or something I can put over the top of it at night. So if I'm doing much spraying. So I'll go ahead and kick the chemical switch on here. My master switch. So it's starting to apply. Now let's intercept our line. Press that. Okay, auto steer is officially taken over. So we are spraying right now. 9.3, 9.4 miles an hour. I can't even see it, but it is. It's spraying. And I've got it in second gear, so it won't shift up to the next gear because I don't want it to. So it's not. There, leave it in second right there. Okay, so I'm going to turn my cruise control on. We're going to get to the speed where I want, which is right about here. That's a good speed. So I'll hold my resume. Let off. And there it goes. Now it's taken over. It always takes a second the first time. See, now it's not doing enough. It's only doing 6.9. This is that problem I was telling you guys about. Normally I'd be able to press the accelerate button and it would speed it up, but since the button's stuck in the system. So this is a trick I've learned how to do this, how to get this to work until we get it fixed. So I'm gonna stop, take it out of gear, I'm gonna turn my monitor. I've been doing this all day. So I'm gonna reset the truck's transmission computer by turning the power off in the truck for a second. This is the best way I've figured out to do this. Let the transmission turn off. Right there. Turn it back on. There. So that basically, I think, reset all the original, my earlier spraying's numbers in the transmission computer, because before it thought I was going like 7-some miles an hour. So we'll back up here. We'll get this going, don't worry. This has been the nature of the beast. Okay, that's good enough. So we'll put it back in drive. Kick our master switch back on. Pumps are on, everything's good. We'll enable the auto steer. Okay, auto steer's working again. We're going down the field. All right, now let's try the cruise control again here. So I want about 10 miles an hour. Right about there. There we go. So I just let off. It is officially driving itself now. So I'm not touching the gas pedal down here, if you guys can see it. No, you can't. So now what I do is it's running about 1700 RPM. Is that about 1800 RPM? I have my decelerator switch on the floor, which you guys can't see, but when I tap it, it'll slow the engine down to 1500 RPM. So if I'm driving around a corner or going over a ditch or something, I'll tap it back. See the light turn on down there? And as I'm doing that, it's adjusting the rate that's being applied in the chemical. Let me turn this light off, maybe that'll help. Contrast? No, not quite. Okay, well, let's leave the light on. All right, so we're started here. The edge of the field is right there. That's last year's stubble. That's not going to be seeded, that'll be chem followed. There's some piles of stubble. I was having issues with the air drill plugging up with stubble in this field. It was a real pain to seed this. It took me a long time, like 6 hours to seed 100 acres. It was way too long. The chickpeas were plugging the air drill up. There was all kinds of problems happening, but finally got them ironed out and got the chickpeas in. So let's go check out, make sure we're doing the right rate. We're at 10 gallons an acre. It says area to empty, 94 acres. I'm going a little fast. I'm going to slow it down a little bit. That's one thing I can do. Is I can slow the truck down by pressing the buttons, but I cannot speed it back up again. There we go. That's a little better. Now let's change our setup here. I can go to applied rate instead of overlap. So on overlap, it basically, I'll show you guys when I turn around, it'll show you how many times you've sprayed the same spot over and over again. Just making sure I'm driving along the road right there. So what I want to do, I'm going to change it to rate, applied rate. And now this will tell me if I'm putting on the correct amount, which is 10 gallons. So yellow is 10 gallons. Orange to red is less. Red being like 8 gallons an acre. And then green would be more. So that'd be up to, like it says here, 10.5 to 11 gallons an acre. So I want the system to keep it a yellow color. Then I know how to put on the correct amount of product. All right, we're coming up to the end of the field here, so I'm going to turn and we'll do our end passes first. So I'll freehand it when we get to the end here. There is a way to switch your headlands and then go north-south, but I didn't set it up and it's going to take a second, so we won't do that. This corner kind of gradually turns too. It's not a real sharp one. So I'm going to turn off the auto steer. And I'll just freehand it. Let's see you can't even see the chemical coming out, but it's nice that this field's been rolled. When you run the land roller across it, it mashes everything down and makes it nice and smooth. So this is how fast I've been going all day, not very fast. It's nice spraying 5 gallon work. 5 gallons an acre, you can go twice as fast because you're putting on a more concentrated product. At 10 gallon work, what you do is you dilute the water down so you have less chemicals per gallon, but you put on more water, so you put on more gallons total. And that's the trade-off. And for best coverage to really cover the ground, you want more water because that's more surface that's going to get contact with the water and the chemical. So you could probably get away with a lighter rate. I decided to do 10 gallon because I really wanted to make sure that the land was covered well. So I'm not able to read you guys' comments right now. I'm just kind of bouncing around here. Once I get the GPS established and I'm not freehanding it, then things will really be chilling here and easier for me. Okay, so I didn't get this whole field seeded. We only did 100 acres of chickpeas, and there's more than 100 acres of land in this field. So I'm gonna go right down the center here where I can see where my air drill stopped seeding. So let me line my boom up at the edge. A little more. Right there. Okay, we'll follow this line. Let's zoom this in. So I'm gonna shift my AB line over. So let's go back to my AB settings here, swaths, shift, okay, load. So that brought my AB line over to line up with this new line because it doesn't come out exactly. This is a 100-foot sprayer. Well, the air drill that we're seeding with is 57 feet. So it's gonna take a few swaths to eventually come out exactly in a spot where your 100-foot boom will do equal increments across the entire field. So what you have to do is you have to fudge it. So what that means is eventually when I come back around, I'll have some overspray because my lines now are narrower. I don't know, if you guys stick around that long, you'll see it. It's nice, this field has no ditches, so I don't have to worry about raising and lowering the boom. Try to go nice and slow for you. Okay. Alright. Hot in here. So yeah, this has been the life today. Just been doing this. And my radio, for whatever reason, I hit a bump and it turned off on me. So I didn't have any music or any talk radio or anything today, which is a bummer. But it turned back on. So obviously there's a short or a loose wire somewhere or something. That's gonna have to figure that one out. I don't know why it's doing that. The auto steer's working really good. We're varying roughly about 3 inches left and right. I can tighten that down a little bit, but then it starts to walk back and forth quite a bit. So, and I'm not subscribed to any real accurate GPS trimble systems. It's just using WAAS right now. That's WAAS. So, and as far as the farm's been going, last night our KTA 525 Big Bud lost another tire. The tires on it are starting to break the sidewalls. Well, it's not necessarily the sidewall. It's kind of right on the very edge of where the sidewall meets the tread. It's almost corners there. It's starting to break. There's old tires. We got them used. You know, we were hoping for more life out of them, but they're just dry rotting, just wear and tear. Whoever ran them before maybe ran them low on air or something, or I don't know. But so when we put the tires on that bud, we made sure to put the worst ones on the outside. Well, fortunately, that's the ones that are going flat right now are the worst ones. So Scott, Leg Arms, has worked all day, trying really hard to get a tire on it, but we didn't have any new tubes, so he was using old tubes. Well, he would put the tire on, and then it would go flat on him. So then he would have to take the tire, break the bead off again, pull the tube out, find the leak, try to patch it. And he had 3 different tubes and was doing basically 3 different times he had to take that tire on and off. So he finally got one, I think, that worked. So as far as I know, it's aired up and ready to go. So if it doesn't rain much tonight or tomorrow, they'll be going again. And then the one that, whoa, I just got $1.99. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. I didn't even see that. Who was that? Big Country. Must be from Australia. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I don't see where that was at. Big Country. Was that way up there a ways? Sorry, I missed that. Well, thank you, Big Country. That's very nice of you. I wish I would have seen the comment, but I didn't see it unless you didn't write one. So write some again, then I'll try to read it. All right, so we're getting to the end of the field here, so I'll turn the GPS off, auto steer off, I should say. This foot switch still isn't working yet. So I'll spray along the county road here. There we go. There's lightning flashing in the distance, so I see a storm's making its way here. But it's not really supposed to be here until about midnight, so you guys might not get to see the lightning storm, but it'd be kind of cool if it did come over. As long as it's not raining real hard, I can spray in it. Well, the Spartan's okay. The Roundup that I have in here is not. It'd be better to have a couple hours with that, but we should be okay. I just want to get this done tonight. So, all right, we're getting to the end of the field here. Just about have made one loop. started, as you guys can see, which is right here. So I'm gonna hit the decelerator button, slow us down a little bit, make my turn. You can see I'm overlapping where I sprayed already. And let's do one pass back on the headland. They call the headlands the ends of the field, is basically what it is. So let's kick it up. There we go. Now I'm just freehanded right now. You can see I'm overlapping. I'm not doing a very good job of being efficient with this sprayer. This sprayer only has 4 sections, so it will do some overspray. But let me switch it to overlap. There we go. Now you can see my overlap. See how it's darker or thicker yellow in the center there? That means I've double sprayed that area. So I really don't want to do that. I'd like to maximize my chemical and not over applicate the ground right there. So let me straighten this out. But once I get the auto steer going, then it'll take over and it'll be a lot better driver than me. Thought that was a giant porcupine right there, but nope, it's tumbleweed. Okay, so when I get to the end here, I'm gonna do a 360 so I make this corner right. So we'll go past here. I'm gonna hit the decelerator. Flip around. I'm spraying out a little bit there, but that's fine. That's a field that's going to eventually have something else on it. Come back, intercept this new AB line. Try to do this with one hand. There we go. Accelerate back up again. If I had 2 hands here, I could hold this phone steadier. There we go. Okay. You guys can only see how I'm doing this right now. it's great. All right, there we go. So that's what we do. So now I'm just gonna make passes back and forth the whole field. And I'll probably do one more pass on the headland on the top. Let me zoom out here. I don't know if we get the whole field in this. There we go. Oops. So go to this mode. Okay, let's go back to our tank. So it says we've got 740 gallons left and 74 acres left till we're empty. I don't really want to be short, and I probably should have put a little bit more in this, so I'm going to switch. I've never done this before. There's a switch here, and if I switch it to manual, actually I think I can increment this. Where is it at? It's great, there it is. Can I do it like this? Let's see here. Go to that page. There, so it says 10 gallon work right there. So if I could knock that down a little bit, let's do 9.5 gallons an acre instead. There. So I'm gonna maximize, I'm gonna go a little less gallons per acre, but that way I'll guarantee that I have enough to finish this piece. Yeah, sorry for the late stream, guys, but for those that are up, I figured this would be kind of fun. This is what life's like at night out here. A little bump right here. It's nice turning that light off. So this is what it looks like. I did this till about 11 something last night. This is sprayer shut off boom sections to reduce double spray. Yes, it does. It does on its own, but it's only got 4 sections. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how many times. Let's see if I do sections. Glide rate, overlap. It's got 4 sections. I got 4 switches down here. Actually, I have 12 switches, but only 4 of them are being used. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I flick those on and off, it'll actually turn the boom sections on and off. There's divided into quarters. So newer sprayers definitely have a lot more. You know, they'll have 5 up to 10 up to 12. So all right, let's see here. What's going on? I was saying, I'm reading some of you guys' comments here. 3 inches of snow on the ground on my screen. It does look like snow, doesn't it? That's those LEDs. Those Thomas lights are really bright. Cameras don't do it justice, obviously. It's just hard to pick up the contrast. The human eye can see a lot better in dark than a camera can, or at least this camera. The exposure doesn't work that good, but they're really nice. If I could do anything different, I might add another set of lights out here in the middle, somewhere so I can light up this general area right here. But otherwise, it's pretty well lit up. If only I could have had the original lights and I could compare the two. And there's that awesome hood by Big Equipment Company. Thanks to Ron Harmon, one of the fathers of Big Buds. It's pretty cool to see that hood running right now. That hood was originally on a Bud. It was a 400/30 Series 3, and it's been a number of years since it's been on something running, so this is new life for it. It's pretty fun. I actually really like seeing this big hood up here. It's just, I don't know, just something fun about it. Not seeing this whole area. I know it's like, oh, I can't see much, you know, in a new sprayer, the noses are really short, but it just makes this thing feel like a giant truck. So, GoPro on the boom. Yes, I like that. I've done that. That's a good idea. Let's see. What else do I have here? We're coming up on my headland here. So I'm going to turn my GPS off. I can just turn the steering wheel and it'll disengage it. Throttle down. I'm going to make my corner. They have auto steers now that can do this for you. I think it requires like RTK or some really advanced signal to do it, but it'll do the turnarounds for you. Whoa! $50 from Greg Miller for a new GoPro. Why not? Thank you, buddy. That is awesome. Wow. $50, okay. That's what you said. I'll do it. I'll put it towards a GoPro. My other ones are getting pretty old. I do have a 5, but it's kind of lonely. I could use a second one. Thank you, man. That is very nice of you. That was Gregor Miller. Appreciate it, Gregor. If you want me to do anything special with this thing, let me know. I don't think there's any jumps for me to go over, but we could spin a Brody later. Or a donut. When I'm out of chemical. Okay, so where are we at? We're going 9.6 miles an hour, 9.5, kind of varying around there. This engine, I don't know if it's because it's such a high horsepower for the size of truck, but it maintains that speed pretty well. I noticed the Apache has a harder time. I think it's also the way the transmission's designed on the Apache. I don't think it locks up the transmission like this one does. Keenan Kelly, good night. I've got to go spray a burn down in the morning. All right, be safe out in the field, man. Good luck, guys. I know a lot of you guys are farmers out there and itching to either get going or are going right now, so we'll get it done. Just got to keep pressing at it. Let's see here. Hello from 60 miles to the east. Elkhead. Very nice. I watched the video on RTK for Trimble, but I assume you have to pay for subscription. You do. And RTK isn't actually available where I'm at. There's areas in Montana where it is, but I don't believe there's any towers in the area that support it. You have to have ground as well as satellite access points to make RTK functional. It needs that many different angles and triangulate your position to get it down to that half-inch variance in steering. But for our type of farming here, we really don't need RTK. Obviously it would be nice, but it really doesn't make our operation that much doesn't benefit us that much compared to like corn country, soybean country. Those guys got to use that RTK if they really want to maximize their growth. So hi from Dutton, Montana, Chris. Hey buddy. Good old Dutton. We're not far away. Big fan of the Big Buds. That's awesome. Morgan, Terry. The Big Buds are great. Though they've kind of been breaking down on us, but I guess that's normal for tractors, especially ones that are 40 plus years old. But we're keeping them going. The one that lost the injector, we stole an injector out of our Peterbilt because it had a very similar, if not identical. Actually, so get this, guys. When we were taking the injector out of the Big Bud that went bad, were talking to Glacier Motors and Cut Bank, and he was running the numbers on that engine block, and we're like, hey, we got another engine that's very similar, almost identical, very similar year and everything. Is it possible if we could pull an injector out of that? And he goes, well, give me the numbers and I'll check and see if it's the same. Well, we gave him the numbers. He's like, yeah, says it's a slightly different injector, but he goes, I wouldn't recommend it, but you could do it. And he started looking, he goes, wait a minute, guys. He goes, this is crazy. I've never seen this before. According to his numbers, the serial numbers on the blocks between our 1992 Peterbilt and that engine that we put in that big bud, they're 1 day apart in the factory at Cummins. So they were literally made 1 day apart, and yet we ended up with them on the same farm. And the odds of that are crazy because the engine that was in that big bud originally was in some truck. We have no idea what it was, and then it got converted over and put into an M11 or a Volvo that had an M11 Cummins in it, and they switched it over to that N14, and then that truck rolled, and we bought the truck as a rolled truck with the N14 in it, the Select, and so that's how we got it. But yeah, they ended up being just one year or 1 day apart in manufacturing. It's pretty amazing. So just kind of a fun fact. We thought that was pretty cool. But that tractor really is a little on the low on the horsepower, even though it says 435. That's what they told us it is. It's only the Select, N14 Select, and we're kind of thinking maybe of swapping the engine to something bigger. So what we really want to do is we want to put a red top in it, Cummins Select Plus in it, because then you can go as high as 550 or more horsepower, but we wouldn't want to do that high. We'd probably like a good 450, 475, somewhere in that area would be perfect for that big bud. And you can ballast the wheels a little bit, get it up to about 48,000 pounds, almost 50,000 pounds. And it'd be a sweet machine. So, but it is a little underpowered to pull that air drill. Our Versatile broke down, and now we might be getting a bud. Love those buds, D&B Farms. Oh no, that's too bad. I'm sorry to hear about your Versatile. What kind of Versatile was it? That's terrible. Yeah, if it was a transmission, that seems to be a common thing. Hello from New York. It's after midnight, something lurking in the dark. It is late there. It's 12:50 in New York right now. I've never been to New York. I want to go there someday. That'd be a fun one place to see. Working life. Bye. Good night. Have a good night, man. Don't feel obligated to stay up to watch this. We got like at least another 35, 40 minutes till I'm done at this field, so I don't think anything too crazy is going to happen between now and then. But you never know. You never know. Come back and watch it later and find out. I'm still very amazed that you guys gave me 51 bucks tonight for showing you this dark sky. I wish I could see the stars, but they're not out right now. So thank you guys. Huts and booms, good night, be safe. You bet. Will be. It's not like I'm being distracted right now or anything, right? Take care, Cree. Have a good night. 3 p.m. here. Well, that's not bad. You must be over in Australia. New Zealand or Australia, that's my guess, if it's 3 p.m. What's up from the Fayette country, Tennessee? Awesome. Dear me, no you don't. New York, worse than San Francisco area, trust me. I know, what is it, Bellagio? Is that your mayor right now? Is it Mayor Bellagio or whatever? Or is there a new one now? I don't know. New York is a mess. A lot of people are leaving New York. New York City's a mess. Yeah, I agree. I know, the taxes are terrible. My brother's father-in-law lives in New York, and it just drives him crazy, so. But at least in New York, you can get a really big drink, right? You can get one of those 44-ounce soda pops. They don't tax you or anything extra or ban them. Yeah, I think they do, actually. Come out. I'm long inland in the Hamptons. Nice. Yep. So what's happening down under? That's Latchland, Haywood. I've never been to Australia. I think that'd be a fun country to go visit. It seems like the Australians I know that farm there have conditions very similar to ours as far as the wheat conditions and the crops they grow and everything. think Kubota should get into making big engines. They have great reputation for 100 gear engines. Yes, I think Kubota. I don't know much about Kubota and their engines, but I know they do make some. I thought so. Seat over here in Australia. That's nice. Oh, Creedy's still here. Good job. That's great. I always like Creedy in the area. Let's see. Hey, what do you think about Bozeman's growth over the last few years? That's a tough one. If you're from Montana and you've been in Montana a long time, especially if your family has been here a long time, you kind of don't want people to move to Montana. You want Montana to stay to yourself because we're greedy and we like to keep it to ourselves. So whenever population moves into your state, it does mean more taxes, more revenue, but it also means there's a good chance it's bringing in Californians and others, Oregon and Seattle, or sorry, Seattle, Washington and Oregon, and a lot of those Portland and Seattle. And the mentality of the people that come from over there doesn't really line up with those from Montana. And what ends up happening is they end up voting in more liberal policies, politicians, who then vote in more liberal agencies, heads of agencies, whether it's wildlife, fishing, game, all kinds of stuff. And then what ends up happening is this beloved Montana that we love and dearly and have been able to enjoy the freedom of it is slowly getting clamped down, and now we're being told we can't do this, we can't do that. If we even look at a grizzly bear wrong, we go to jail. So that's my thoughts about Bozeman growing is I'm worried about the people that are coming to Bozeman because Bozeman used to be the more conservative city out of Bozeman, Missoula, but I think it's kind of going the way of Missoula a little bit. But it is exciting to see technology and jobs and businesses come to Montana because that means more tax revenue for Montana, more jobs. That means more opportunity for Montana to build their roads and do other things better. So I guess that's my spiel about Bozeman, Montana. Not that I'm knowledgeable on that or anything. Take my words with a grain of salt. My son is going to school in Billings. Very nice. That must be is that Rocky Mountain? Is that school in Billings? How many was too many California people in Bozeman? I know. It's too bad. And not that all Californians are bad. I'm not bashing Californians. It's just, it seems like there's a very strong liberal base in California, and they get mad at the taxes and regulations in California, and so they go, I want to move somewhere free, so they come to Montana because our taxes are less. You could sell your home in California for $1 million and buy a $500,000 lakefront property in Montana. So that's a great boom for the California guys. But the problem is they don't leave that liberal mindset behind, and they keep voting like they did when they were in California. And they gotta just, if they didn't like those taxes, they gotta vote the right people in to keep the taxes down. So I love the 946, but 15,000 hours, it's a bit much on it. Yeah, 15 grand's a lot of hours on a machine. How is the farm sim map coming? The farm sim map is coming right along, guys. I can't say a lot about it. I think they're keeping it on the DL right now because a lot's happening. So without them saying it, Mappers Paradise guys saying it, I won't say a lot, but what I will say is they're working very hard on it. I am a part of their Discord channel, and I get to see every now and then their progress and see what they're up to, and I talk to them every now and then. And so they're working on it fast, so I think it's going to happen real soon. I know it's been forever. Just keep waiting. It will be here, and then we'll all get to do this. And it might work out that actually you guys will be able to play Farming Simulator on our farm, around our buildings and everything, while I'm doing the exact same thing in the exact same field. So how cool is that? We bought a Case Quad Track 485. That's a big tractor. I've heard a lot of good things about Case Quad Tracks. Is it going to be for Farming Simulator 19? I don't know. Someone will have to port it over. It all depends on how well Giants makes the porting ability from old maps to the new. Oh, you guys see that lightning out there? It's there's a storm coming right in this direction, and every now and then it's flashing. I've been checking the radar, and I don't think it's going to get over us yet, but sometime maybe around midnight it'll probably be here. Sorry guys, I missed this stuff. Okay, people moving from California to Arizona, Oklahoma are driving our land prices way up to the point no one can afford it. Monty, I totally understand. There's a lot of people I know that live in this area of Shelby, and they've had cabins along some beautiful lakes in the Flathead Valley, some of the most beautiful country in Montana. And they've literally had these cabins for 70 plus years or more, and it's been passed down in their family. But because of land taxes, because these wealthy individuals from these other states are finding out the beauty of Montana, so they're coming here and they're buying up property on these lakefronts, okay? Which I don't blame them. I'm not saying that's a bad idea at all. I totally understand why they want to do that. But they buy this property right next to let's just say the Welkers. Let's say we have a cabin along some big lake somewhere, okay? So they buy this property next to us. It's been in my family since my grandpa or my great-grandpa, okay? Well, they buy that property and they've got millions to throw around, so they build a $6 million lodge on there with a 3-car garage and a bunkhouse for guests to stay. And they put their $80,000 wake setter in their dock and have all this new stuff and everything. And what happens is the taxes go way up for everybody in the area because that new property all of a sudden raised everybody's local rates through the roof. Well, Welker Farms, or let's just say Welkers, we're not the most wealthy people on the planet, okay? Let's just say we're average and we can kind of afford a cabin, but that's about it. All of a sudden, our land taxes go so high, the property tax, to own that property, that we just realize we can't do anymore and we have to sell it. So what do? We sell it and that person next door buys it. On the flip side of that, usually that land will sell for a lot of money, so if we did have property like that, we'd be able to make a killing, but that land would never be enjoyed by our family again, and we'd never be able to raise our kids there and do those fun things again. That story is the story of a lot of people I know, and it's just getting too expensive. They can't hang on to these properties because I feel like there should be some kind of homesteader clause or some kind of like deal where if you haven't made improvements on your property, your taxes should remain in a certain category and not go up with the value around them. So yeah, it's amazing. Times are changing, but there's only so much you can do. But everybody's got problems to be upset about, so. And I know if I were from Oregon, Washington, California, and I had a tremendous amount of money and I got to see Montana, I would say the same thing. I'd be like, I'm going to buy a property up there and I'm going to spend my summers up there because it's absolutely gorgeous. So I don't blame them for doing that. Big Brute mod for Farming Simulator. I really hope it happens. I can't do it. I'm not good enough at that stuff. I don't have the time to learn how to make models, but I'm hoping one of you guys out there, if one of you are pretty good at making models for Farming Simulator, I'm hoping they take this machine and they put it in there because Big Brute Farming Simulator would be great. What kind of newer tractors what kind of newer tractors have you used? And do you like them better than some of your old ones you have? You know, I honestly have driven very few newer tractors. I'm trying to switch my camera over to my face here. I can't do it. I want to switch. There we go. Little button. I forgot my phone mount again, so I can't leave my phone. I can put it right there like that. There, I'll hold it up against the window. How about that? Tilt the seat back. Ah, there. Okay. I've driven very few new tractors. I've never driven anything four-wheel drive articulated newer than... I'm trying to think here. I've never driven anything in the 80s. Yeah, I don't think I have. Have I driven? No. I've never actually operated a machine, a big four-wheel drive articulated tractor that's newer than 1980. Because that's basically, I don't think we had a John Deere 8430 that was articulated, but I don't think that's 80s. I think that's 70s. It was a 70 something. So yeah. So my opinion on new tractors, I guess, isn't very good, right? You guys have to take that with a grain of salt. So I can't compare them to the old stuff. I've sat in them though. I've gone to shows and I've sat in the nice new tractors, but I've never fired them up. I've never backed them up to an implement, hooked up, worked the field with them. So I guess one of these days I should go bug my neighbors and say, hey, can I go drive your quad track or your Challenger or your John Deere or New Holland or all that good stuff. So, okay, we're at the end of the field, flipping around here. GPS off. Decelerate on the floor. Spin around. The steering wheel is so nice now that I fixed that bearing. It was starting to make some sounds. Oh, I went a little too tight. It was making some grinding sounds as I was turning my steering wheel. It was kind of clunk, 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 and I could hear some grinding. I'm like, oh no. The universal joint in the steering wheel is going out. You know, this used to be a fertilizer truck, and that fertilizer's gotten everywhere. So it's just a wonder what's going to go out next. You just never know. But I was able to find it and lube it up real good, and now it's just butter. It's really nice. So 3 p.m. That's nice. We try the the 610 DT Versatile. I'd like to. All right. I don't think taxes should go up on your home just because you put in new windows or siding or a roof, or you do some sort of landscape in your property. I agree. I think that's ridiculous. And it's just government, local governments, federal governments, state governments, they always want money and they need it. Because either A, they're wasteful with it, or B, they just are trying to do stuff that they really shouldn't be doing. So any way they can find to bring in a few more bucks, they'll do it. You can still fix the old machinery yourself. Yes, we can. And that's one thing we do really like about Big Buds, is we're able to keep going with them. And not just Big Buds. There's John Deere's, Versatiles. There's a lot of other older equipment out there, but I know the dealer guys don't really like me saying that because they got to make money by selling new. Donnie Codwell, thank you, man. 20 bucks. I really appreciate it. That was very generous of you. Oop. Did I just, are you sure you want to block this idea for 5 minutes? Donnie, I think I accidentally blocked you. I don't know how to unblock you. That's what I get for getting 50 bucks. I'm sorry, guys. I'm terrible at this math. Donnie, how do I unblock you? You sure you want to block this ID for 5 minutes? I think I just blocked him for 5 minutes. I don't know how to unblock him. I feel terrible. I don't know how to do it. Sorry. Well, Donnie, I guess you can just listen to me say thank you for the 20 bucks. I really appreciate it. I might have blocked one of the other guys too. I just realized that. I was tapping on your name, hoping I could see the message, if you wrote a message or not with the money that you just gave. And I didn't read what it says. I just pressed OK. Well, as it turns out, when I tap your guys' comments, it says, do you want to block this person for 5 minutes? And I hit OK. So, I'm a terrible person. Last time you'll ever donate me 20 bucks. Well, I appreciate it, Donnie. That was very nice of you. Sorry if it says you're banned for a little bit, until I can figure out how to unban you. I don't think this app lets me. I'm trying to figure it out. I can add pumpkins and stuff. No, that's not what I want to do. I don't know. Nice. We'll do that one. There. There's all kinds of silly things on here, and there, do that one. It crashes my phone. Is it gonna do it? No. Okay, let me get out of this. How do I get out of this stuff? But anyways, I feel bad. Okay, back to where we were. All right, where were we? If you want to stay in this channel, don't give money. I don't want money, guys. If you give me money, I will block you, okay? All right, I hope you realize that. I'm not afraid to do it. I will block you right now. 5 minutes. 5 minutes, and I might even do it twice on accident. Again and again, as I keep trying to figure out how to unblock you. I might just keep blocking you. When I get home, I'm gonna get on my computer, because my computer has a lot more options on how to handle that stuff, and I'll make sure I didn't block Donnie permanently, or anybody else like that. What's the price on hats? Hats are $24.99 with free shipping in the USA. So 25 bucks basically, $24.99. They were the most expensive thing that we sell, but now the sweatshirts are more. So turns out sweatshirts cost a lot to make. But yeah, these hats are pretty cool. They got nice, what do you call it, aerated back to them, so your head doesn't get super sweaty. Velcro strap at the back, nothing too fancy, but it's adjustable. The brim is nice and solid. I've tried to flex it into like a baseball cap. It doesn't like to do that. It likes to stay kind of broad. There's a term for this hat. I already forgot what it is. But anyways, yeah, it's a good hat. This is my very first hat that I got, the Welker Farms hat. Our wives made for us a couple years ago. And as it got dirty, I decided to make it my dirty hat. So I just scrub it off occasionally in the sink and then let it dry out, put it back on. So I'm wearing that now, but I have my nice hat that I wear when I go out and stuff. So lights are pretty good on the old Brood. Yes, they are. They're those Thomas lights. I know I talk about them a lot, and I know, guys, they did give us lights for free if I talk about their lights. So take that for granted, or not for granted. Take that, honestly, I am talking about their lights a lot because I do feel obligated to make sure that I give their name out there. But I seriously am very impressed with these lights, and I'm not saying that just for your salesman aspect. I don't get any profit off their sales, but these lights truly are bright. I mean, they are just really bright lights, and the camera does not do it very good. I mean, there's only one light up here right now. It's just one 4x6 6 LED light, putting all that out there. And if I tip it up, I mean, it'll light the whole field up out there, but I want the concentration right on the boom right there. So, but yeah, those Thomas lights, they're HP-6 is the type that I've got on here, and those are 60 degrees back there. I've got two 20 degrees in the front, and then two 40s. So there's two spots. I haven't really adjusted them enough to really play with them perfect. I got two kind of angled off left and right on this grill. But if you guys want LED lights and you want to put them on your machines, I highly recommend these lights. They're very well built. And go to larsonlights.com. And that's where, just type in Larson Lights, you'll find their website. And that's they're one of the main dealers in the USA for them. It's a German company that makes them. It's actually a German farm. They got in touch with me and sent me some pictures of their farm, and it's pretty cool. It's kind of nice because it's actually, I mean, they showed me their equipment and everything. I mean, they're actual farmers, and they just were having a hard time making it farming just because the costs over there get so much in Germany. So they started the company and decided to start making these lights. And I'm not sure how they pulled it off, but they did. So they're pretty sweet lights. So there's my light spiel. Is Donnie back yet? I don't know, Donnie. There he is. He's back. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, Donnie, you're the one that gave me money, weren't you? I think he needs another 5-minute timeout. Appreciate it, Donnie. Thanks, man. That's I'm back. He's mad at me, I can tell. At least I live far away, I hope, right? The big Brood can go 50 miles an hour, so if he comes close, I can hopefully drive away fast. Did you get the 2XL shirts in? We ordered them. I don't think they're in yet, but my wife put the order in, and they should be coming soon. I think real soon. We didn't expect that many 2XLs to be sold when we first got shirts. I just assumed. We didn't know. I mean, we're not shirt people. We're just like, well, we need shirts, so let's get a bunch of larges and a couple X larges and a couple mediums, a couple smalls. Well, as it turns out, the majority of shirts we sell are X larges and 2XLs. And, you know, so we're trying to get caught up on that inventory. So we got a lot of smalls and stuff to sell. And I think we're going to get a couple, not infant, but kid shirts too and stuff. So youth sizes, that's the word I'm looking for, youth sizes. Let me spin around here. We're getting close to being done with this field, guys. Real close. I'll show you. From Twin Bridges, Montana. Ever been there? A lot of farming potatoes and wheat. Is that southern Montana? Because I've been been downside by Billings area, and I've noticed they grow potatoes down that way. How often does farmland come for sale in your area? What's an average cost per acre? You know, it varies. Sometimes you'll go a year or two without any land in our within like 10 or 15 miles of our place to go for sale, and then all of a sudden a bunch can go for sale at one time. Right now, I'd say the price of land in the area is probably averaging between $600 an acre and $1,000 an acre, somewhere in that area roughly. If you go a few miles certain directions, it can go all the way up to $1,500 an acre because it'll have access to water or irrigation. But the cheapest land is probably about $600 an acre, but that's like really cheap dry land, probably not that good a quality. So, how many meters have this field? This field, let's see, meters, I don't know. I'm just gonna say a lot. It's a 100-acre field. According to this, we've got 16 acres left to spray. We've got 159 gallons left in the tank. That's one thing I need to do is I need to put a light back there because I cannot see the actual tank. But what I'll know is when my meter out here starts dropping pressure, my tank will be getting towards empty. And then I'm going to go out and I'm going to turn off the agitation so that way it's not foaming inside the tank. Let's switch this over to applied rate. That'll give me a good idea. How's my dad doing? My dad's doing really good. He's actually walking to the point now, it's almost like he's not even, didn't even hurt his knee. I think a slight limp, but he's doing really good. He's driving the big bud really good, and that's what he's been doing for a while now. Just a lot of big bud driving. I don't know if we're gonna have enough to do this. One pass left on that side. I actually have John Donson, $9.99. Was gonna give me 20 bucks when I blocked Tony. Oh, John. I am so tempted to block you, buddy. Okay, all right. I'll just go ahead and say thanks. That's awesome. Thanks, man. I really appreciate it. The 10 bucks is sweet. And you're hilarious too, by the way. You made me laugh. That's great. Let's see. I got $1 Australian, but I think it converts. I don't know if it converts it on here or not. 50 bucks, 20 bucks, 10 bucks. So what am I at? So you got 70, 80, 81 bucks. You guys are doing crazy things tonight. I need to start streaming at night more often, I guess, huh? Because this is where the money's at. Well, thank you. I appreciate it, John Donson. I really appreciate it. Okay, it says we've got 12 acres left. 12 acres left of chemical. In Minnesota, land's going for $2,000 to $4,000 an acre. I believe it. I know, it's absolutely amazing. I know your guys' revenue per acre is a lot higher than ours, but still, that's a lot of money. It doesn't take a lot of acres to start pushing 7 figures. Nick, I don't think we'll ever forget what you did. It's just, I know. I have to hide my face in shame. Poor Donnie. I bet Donnie's in tears right now. Still crying. Donnie's in tears. John's mad. Gregor didn't even get a chance to get mad because, well, actually, I probably blocked Gregor permanently. That's probably why he doesn't even send anything. He's probably not even in there anymore. So I'm going to stop real quick, guys. Let's turn this off, take us out of gear, and I'm going to look in the tank and see how much we actually have left. Pull the parking brake. Don't let me forget the parking brake. I've done that already today. I need a light to come on when it's on because it's easy to forget. Okay, according to this, you guys can't see it, but I can. I wish I could turn a light on. There's no way to turn a light on this phone. I've got 100 gallons of water right now, or of chemical. So I'm going to turn my agitation off. Actually, you know what? That's not good. Let's do it. I got to turn my pump off to do that. Otherwise, I'll boost the system up. Okay, well, you know what? it says on the monitor. Oh, it's really close, isn't it? 102 gallons, 10 acres. So, the question is this strip right here, is that strip 10 acres from end to end? From there down? Let's find out. I guess that's all I can do. Okay, well, parking brake off this time. I didn't forget it. There we go. Okay, we'll intercept my AB here. Oh, I got the decelerator still on, that's why. Okay. My screen's so tiny right now, I've got it zoomed all the way out. There we go. Okay, I'm back on path. And I am spraying, correct? Let's zoom in. Yes, I am. Okay. There we go. 20 bucks. Camlish. Oh man, I'm gonna butcher this name. I am so sorry. Camlish. Dakhtar. How is the H silent? Dakhtar. I cannot pronounce your last name. I flunked pronunciation. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Camlish. I wonder what currency that is. I can't. It has a little symbol there. That's awesome. Parking brake has been taken off. This truck's so powerful it overpowers the parking brake. And I found that out the hard way. So, block him. Donnie, just because I block you doesn't mean I have to punish other people, okay? There's a reason I blocked you. You don't have to be all sad about that. Not everybody has to be blocked, just Donnie's. Maybe someone else, I don't know. We'll see if I can help you. Well, it's in rupees. Oh, rupees, okay, so it's like, is that Saudi Arabia? Am I correct there? Somewhere in Middle East, isn't that right, rupees? That's gotta be Saudi Arabia. I think. You can prove me wrong. Don't worry, I won't block you for proving me wrong. Just block everyone for 5 minutes. That's 268 people. See, I can only block people that comment, though. I wish I could show you. Can you guys see a reflection on your phone? Can you see that? I need a mirror in here so you can see what I see. See, that's all the comments I get right there. It's like 5 of them. I can scroll up and down. But if I hold your guys' comment for very long, then it gives me the option to block it. Maybe if I turn this off. There. You see your reflection better? That's what I see. I don't know. Maybe you can't see that. India. Oh, India. I should have known. Yeah, of course. I'm sorry. All right. I was wrong. India. Rupees are Indian. Well, that is very neat. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm sorry I can't pronounce your name very well. I'm going to call you Cam. Camlish? Camlish. That was very nice of you. Camlish again for 40? Buddy, you're making me feel bad. Thank you, buddy. Uh-oh, we're running out of chemical. Sorry. Emergency. You can see it's turning red there. We're getting close to the end. I'm going to turn my pump off. Let me stop this. I don't really want to deadhead the pump, so let's take it out of gear. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to take my agitation. I'm going to turn it off completely. New sprayers, you can do this inside the cab. We didn't upgrade ours to put an automated valve down here. So I turned the agitation off. Reason I didn't turn it off earlier is I didn't want the pressure to deadhead. I like to have somewhere for the water to go. But right now, there's no water. There's no pathway for the water to go out of the pump. It's just going to deadhead the pump. But I don't want the agitation going because it's going to keep swirling water out of the tank and foam. So I'd like it to settle. Okay, let's see here. Let's get going. Parking brakes off. Okay, I'm not going to turn on the pump quite yet. I want to get going first. There we go. And all right, there. So we're going to make it use up all the chemical. We're going to force it. So agitation's off. It's still going. Now what is this? NOK, is that Norwegian? I gotta read it here. Keep up the good work feeding the world, Hollywood. I am myself going to the field. Oops, sorry. Let me read this. I myself going to the field in our Case MXU 350 and start seeding here in Norway. Spring is finally here. That is awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. That was very nice of you. I have no idea what that converts to as far as US currency, but it looks big to me. Thank you, man. And definitely good luck in your farming. Be safe, and don't live stream while you're spraying a field at night, unless you're in a really big field with nothing around you like I am, because it's not good. Camlish again. Camlish for 40. That is very awesome. Thank you, man. Those rupees are very generous. Okay, I just finished the field here. Okay, let me turn the pump off so I don't deadhead it. There we go. It was starting to deadhead there. So let's take a look here. Now I've got, since it finished, it says I've got 24 gallons left. Oh, sorry, looking at my face, guys. I'm sorry. There we are. So I think we had enough to do that. So I'm gonna go back out to turn the agitation back on. I just wanted to really make sure that we had enough and it was gonna evenly spray that one last pass. I don't know why it's not showing everything here, but we can go to this view maybe. There we go. So I have a couple spots along the edge here that I want to make sure I get. They're skips. There's one right there you can see, because I didn't double spray my headlands here. So I'm gonna go back out, turn the agitation on so I don't deadhead the pump, because as I drive through these spots here, it's gonna turn the sprayer on off, on off, on off to hit those spots just perfectly. Well, every time it turns off, there's nowhere for that pressure to go, and it's gonna push in the system. So I got my pump off, air brakes on to neutral. I'm gonna go back out here. I normally don't do this, it's just for finishing up the field. So I'll turn my agitation valve back on, so that way there's somewhere for that flow to go. New sprayers are set up so if you do deadhead them, you know, they'll handle it. But because we haven't set this one up perfectly yet, we'll figure it out. So let me put the brake on. Let's go start the pump up. And I'm just gonna freehand this now because we're close enough. Oh, did I not turn the switch on? I didn't turn the switch on in time. There we go. Now it's going. Don't need to zoom in that much. Zoom out one. Zoom out one more. Let's go to overhead view. Zoom in, zoom in. There we go. Okay, perfect. Just about done, guys. Just hitting this edge right here. As you can see, an imaginary covered area that we don't know, but it says here, see like that line right there? That was a bad turn that I did earlier. Actually, that's the end of the field. This over, we'll see if we can catch all that. There we go. I'm trying to hold the phone steady. I'm running out of chemical. See how it's red like that? I can see my pump's got about 5 psi in it, so it's just barely finishing it. Alright, I think that's it. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna turn my pump off. We don't want it running because it's running out of chemical. Alright. There we go, guys. We just sprayed 100 acres of chickpeas. And you guys funded the whole thing. What is this? Hang on a second here. Camlesh for 200. Camlesh. You're making me blush, man. I don't. What do I do for this? I gotta do something. Okay, let's see here. What's this? To celebrate you guys doing this, is there a boom, let's try that. Is it gonna do anything? Yeah, there we go. Or maybe I should do this one. Maybe this is more appropriate for that. There we go. Oh no, this is the one I need to be doing every time. Right here. Oh, it was there for a second. Come on. I'm stopping it. takes a second. And there it is. Thank you guys, I appreciate it. Okay, enough of this stupid animations. All right, let's go out. Okay. Well, thank you, man. That is awesome. 200 rupees is $2.98. Hey, that's $2.98 richer than I was a couple minutes ago. That's awesome. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. 200 sounds big though. Okay, so we're done at the field. It's 11:30 my time. So I can close this, or I can leave it open when we're driving out of here. Maybe I'll just do that. Turn my master switch off so we don't want any more spraying. Now you guys can see it. And then I had this switch right here. I've got options between different types of work. That's 5-gallon work at the top. That's 10-gallon per acre work. And then there's a manual. There's an M right there. It's M for manual. So I'm going to flick it back up to 5-gallon work because that's what I'm going to be doing next time we go out and spray. It should say like there, see it updated to 5-gallon. Like watch this right here. I'll flick the switch back and forth. See there's 950. Let's change that back up to 10. So I leave that where it was before, 10. And then manual. So let's go up to 5. So according to everything, this event doesn't, I started a new one because I was having problems with the GPS, but it says trip area 1,153 acres sprayed. So that's 1,100 acres of pulse crops. That's yellow peas and chickpeas. And the reason that's actually higher than we actually have, the reason being is it counts the headlands a little bit. So when I turn around down here, yeah, I know, tank bin's getting low. When I turn around right here and make these end passes, it's double counting acres as I'm spraying on some of that. So that number there is actually going to be higher than what it really is. So it's probably more like 1050. I bet if you knock 100 acres off that by the end of the day, that'd probably be right. So, all right, my hydraulic pump is still going, or at least it's on load mode. So let's raise the boom up. And okay, and then I can't wing the sides in yet because they'll hit the cab if I do right now. So I got to keep winging it up. So I got to lift it high. That cylinder right there. Where's my finger at? Okay, there we go. Right there. That's that hydraulic cylinder right there is what's raising and lowering it. If you can watch it extend when I do this. Am I doing it right? What's going on here? Oh, I'm doing the wrong side. That's why. I'm reversed here. There we go. There, you can see it going down. See it extending. Hydraulics are amazing. Absolutely amazing. Okay, so now I can bring the tips in. So I'm going to press my yellow button right here. Let's do, I believe it's this one. There it goes. And this system, for whatever reason, they have it set so it runs off what's the easiest flow. So if I'm leaning uphill or downhill, if it can swing one movement easier than the other, it starts that one first. But right now, it's actually going pretty even. I'm actually pretty impressed with it. Most of the time, it does one first, and then it goes back and does the other. That's like a lot of implements do the same thing. It looks like I'm on the surface of the moon. It does, doesn't it? We're gonna go for a drive here in a second, too, guys, when we're heading back to the farmyard. Okay. And there we go. We're all latched up. Okay. Now I'll press the red button. This is a few times you press the red button. We're gonna bring it in. We're gonna latch it in the cradle right there. So it's coming in nice and slow. Well, I learned a couple things tonight. I learned that rupees are India. I learned that when you tap on someone's comment, don't just press OK. thinking it'll close the window that just popped up, but instead read what it says. Like if it says block somebody for 5 minutes, hit cancel, and there's widescreen. Okay, learn that, that's important. Oh wow, there's a bunch of stuff here I have not seen. Okay, Camlish again. Keeps doing, that's awesome. Keep it, oh wait, never mind, these are the old ones, okay. But Camlish for 200 again. Thank you, Camlish, I appreciate it. All right, I could use some Mountain Dew, I agree. I'm gonna turn this light off for now, and I'll leave the outside lights on. Let's put it in high range. Flip the switch down here. And then let's put the parking brake in, make sure we're good. All right, put her in drive. It's got 6 gears. I don't need the hydraulic pump. I can put that in standby now because I'm not going to be needing those hydraulics. There's a dedicated pump for the steering in this floater. So let's take there we go. There's our miles per hour. So we're going 15 right now in the field. There's a little ditch right here, so I don't want to hit that thing too hard. Oh, that's not a little ditch. That's easy. We'll go right through that. All right, we're going 30 miles an hour through the field right now. We're scooting. I normally wouldn't do this, but this field's really smooth. We're gonna find that county road and we're gonna jump it. Okay. Isn't that pretty? That's the whole field we just did. So, we have the pre-emergent chemical on the pulse crops. So now, if it rains, hopefully, which in some ways I don't want it to rain because I want to keep seeding, but if it does rain tonight and tomorrow, it'll activate the Spartan, and the Spartan chemical will then make the weeds not grow for at least a month or two, which hopefully gives enough time for the chickpeas and our yellow peas to establish themselves so they can't be overtaken. Better turn my blinker on. It's working. See it up there. Is anybody coming? Anybody see any lights? This is a pretty busy intersection. Okay, I think we're good. Alright, let's boogie. This truck's got so much power, it's ridiculous. Especially empty like this. There we go. 50 miles an hour. See, it does it. And the tires on this, I believe, are not rated for 50 miles an hour. So I'll back it off a little bit. We'll go 40, 42. Okay, we're getting up the other intersection here. This will be in for the Farming Simulator map. For those guys that play Farming Simulator, this road will be. This is called the Jap Evans Road. Wow, it took an hour and 30 minutes to spray that field. I know I took some time live streaming, but I didn't expect it to take quite that long. I love the downshifting on this truck too. I don't press anything and it just downshifts for me, and it almost slows down perfect every time for the corners. Like it took me down to 15 miles an hour just letting off the gas. The engine is surprisingly really good at braking the truck, slowing it down. For only being a 10.3 liter. I mean, that's a big engine, but I need to put a boost gauge on it because I'm really curious what kind of boost it produces. It really sounds like that turbo's squealing hard. There, listen to that. This thing actually steers really well at those speeds. For being hydraulic steering, it's got a really tight steering on it. Alright, I see something here. What do we got here? Ooh, that's a pretty sight. You guys see what I'm seeing right there? I need to drive around and get a better look at that. There's our Land Rover. There we are. I would think I'm waking him up. Should I be quiet? I don't know if I want to wake him up yet. Isn't that awesome? You can zoom in on him too. So this one right here is next on the list. That one's gonna get a makeover sometime this year, hopefully. New paint, new decals, new window on the side, new interior. It's gonna look really nice. Yeah, those girls are ready to work. If it doesn't rain much, these two are going out tomorrow. And this one we gotta hook up to the plow, and I can live stream that. I gotta plow a pretty nasty field. It's got power poles all over it, but there's foxtail grass is growing in it, and foxtail grass is really hard to kill with chemicals, so we're gonna plow it up. So I'll get to cultivate, so you guys gotta watch that. Can I pet one? Someday. It's okay. Alright, I'm gonna go park this thing next to him, because that'd be cool. I guess I should park it next to the 5 1/4 probably, because it's the closest looking truck to that, so let's go around here. On second thought, this is thinking smart. I'm not going to park it next to them because it's on the grass, and this thing's going to drip a bunch of grass-killing chemical on the ground, and I don't want to have dead grass everywhere. So let's park it on this side. Be a little smarter about it, huh? Shut the slide off. Now the headlights, we put actually I'm gonna need that light again. We put a big old relay. Where's it at? Right here. We put a big old fat relay on the front to run the headlights, but I don't think the duty cycle was up to snuff to run these all the time, so my headlights shut off on me. And I think the relay died that we put in here. So I gotta open this grill up and unhook these headlights manually right now until we get a new relay. wish I had another light here for you guys, but it's just gonna be nice and dark for a second here while I unhook this. I'm gonna put the phone down for a minute. Hang on 1 second, guys. Almost done. Are mostly off. Lift this up and close it. Now it's just got marker lights. Latch the bottom here. There we go. It's amazing how difficult everything gets with one hand. I'm learning what it'd be like to have one arm. These lights still work with a relay. This is an older relay. We just got to get a better relay for the front, and then they won't do that anymore, and then the light switch will work. Okay, I'll shut down my Trimble monitor. So let's close this job. Close. And let's turn it off, shut down. Powering off. Let's see, I want my other phone case. This is my case I usually have on my phone, but when I live stream, I put my extended battery pack on. And my lunch box. You guys can't see any of that, but coffee cups, put these in my lunch box. What else is in here? So I have two coffee mugs. Go through a lot of coffee. And my drone, I've got my drone in here. I need to charge another battery on it, so I'm going to take that with me. Water bottle needs filled up. Alright, take this and this. Okay, alright, let's shut this down permanently. For tonight, that is. I'll probably be doing this again here not long. And shut the lights off. There we go. Well, until I walk over into some light here, I don't think my phone's going to be able to pick up any of this, so it's going to be dark for a second for you guys. So let me get out of that. You guys can hear the train honking right now. It's amazing how we can hear that from over here. Okay. I really wish this camera had a better low light on it. Let me drop this stuff right here for right now. There, okay. Well, the buds are right over there. You can't hardly see them because it just won't pick it up. But it does look pretty good from here. You switch to me so I can finish. I hear a bunch of frogs croaking. They're waking up the fields. Okay, so anyways there. All right, that was fun. Thanks for joining me, guys. I'll to see if it rains tonight and tomorrow, then we'll probably be in the shop doing some stuff, or maybe we'll get some time to kind of relax a little bit too. Maybe not. If it doesn't rain, we'll be back at it. And we've got a few thousand acres left of spring wheat to do, so at least a full week, probably in the next week too, depending on if we do get much rain tonight. And so that'll be good. And I got to keep spraying ahead of them. I've already sprayed probably, I think with Big Brute, I've gotten all the peas and lentils. That was basically 1,100 acres, and then at least another 1,000 acres that they've seeded. I've sprayed, and then another 1,000 acres ahead of them. So I've probably covered almost 3,000 acres so far with the Big Brute. So it's been running really good. Let's see what else. I'm outside in the light. Okay. Hello, kitty. Or my little pony. Oh boy, what are we talking about here? You should get night vision app on your phone. See, I wish I could combine apps. That'd be nice if I could do something like that. This phone was actually known for not having that great of night vision. Hey, look at that. Look how bright it is. Here's the poor Peterbilt that had one of its injectors stolen from it. So the top end of the engine's opened up right now underneath the hood. So until the injector comes tomorrow, then we can put the new injector in the bud and take that injector and put it back into this one. So this truck's good to go then. All right, well guys, I'm tired. It's been a long day. I started at like 7 something this morning, I think. I got up actually kind of late this morning because I was up well past around midnight last night. So hopefully get some rest tonight. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks you for everyone that donated. I don't ask for money, but you know what? If you guys give it, I'll definitely say thank you. And I'll use it for stuff like cameras and things, because that's always fun. Then I can do more video. I got a lot of video editing to do. A ton of videos that are going to be coming out. It's just going to take time for me to find time to do the videos. So yeah, just hang tight. I'll have all kinds of fun videos, especially Big Brute. Big Brute's going to be a fun video. I think that one's going to be really good. You guys are going to like that one a lot. So, and hopefully this whole year I'll get another farming 2018 video done. So I'm hoping for really good footage. I don't know. Can't always guarantee it. Like tonight, the sunset was gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. But I was in a sprayer spraying and I couldn't get out and fly my drone because I was spraying. So you miss stuff like that. So anyways, but all right, everyone, take care. God bless. Hats and shirts again. If you want any of that stuff, send us an email at welkerfarmsinc@gmail.com and we can go from there. Go to our website, welkerfarms.com. You can look at it there. And then subscribe to us. Subscribe to my channel. And see if you guys want more updates like this. Subscribe to Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff. I'm on all of it. So, all right. Take care, everyone. I'm pressing the stop button. Usually takes a few seconds here.